Hey there, my friend. It's Dr. Ray from the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. So I've been cold plunging almost every single day for the past year, and I've experienced tremendous benefits. And in this video, I want to share with you some of the benefits of cold exposure and cold plunges. And we're going to do it in a fun way. I'm going to hop into the cold plunge for 3 minutes. And in those 3 minutes, I'm going to give you all the research-backed benefits. And I'm going to show you how you can incorporate this into your life. Let's get into the cold tub. So, first bit when you get into the cold tub, it is a shock to the system. And that's kind of the point, is our bodies respond positively to stress. When we have the right kinds of stress, like exercise, like cold exposure, our body becomes more resilient. So one of the first things you'll notice when you do cold is that you just become more resilient. You're able to deal with all sorts of different stresses. No matter if it's cold, if it's work stress, your nervous system's able to handle it because the process of being in the cold well is actually being able to settle down, to relax, to get into your body and to surrender. So that's the first amazing benefit. The second one is I noticed when I started cold plunging every single day, I legitimately just got a little leaner. I lost some body fat. And this is because cold exposure specifically activates a special kind of fat called brown fat in your body. And brown fat actually is the kind of fat that burns fat. It's rich in mitochondria. And we have a lot of as babies, but as we get older in life, we lose our brown fat. Cold exposure activates that so you have a faster metabolism, which I absolutely love. Now, the other cool thing is I have not gotten sick once this last year. And I know that the cold exposure is a big part of that because what they found is that cold exposure actually boosts all your white blood cells, your immune cells, makes you more resilient. And there's a ton of research backing this. Cold exposure is also anti-inflammatory. So it's a really cool thing. If you have aches and pains, the cold actually gives you this amazing anti-inflammatory effect. So I love it. But one thing about the cold you've probably heard, and I want to reiterate, it's actually better to do before exercise and not after. Because exercise actually gives you this stimulating effect. And you don't want to squash all the inflammation by getting into the cold. You want to be able to just do it ideally in the morning is the best time to do cold exposure. So one of my favorite benefits, and the reason I actually continue to do it every morning, although it's uncomfortable, is cold exposure actually activates so many of your neurohormones. So cold exposure raises your dopamine and your norepinephrine levels like crazy, which makes you feel focused and energized. I mean, cold exposure is kind of challenging, but when you get out, you feel amazing afterwards. In fact, they found it raises your dopamine levels more than actually taking a hit of cocaine. But you don't get the crash. You get a persistent for like 4 hours. So just for the dopamine benefits alone, it gives me a tremendous amount of focus. And generally, it's just fun. It's fun to be able to do some hard things. Now, for you, you may not have a cold tub. I ended up loving this so much that I invested and got myself a cold tub. One of the first ways I got into it is I actually converted a chest freezer. There's lots of good tutorials on YouTube about how to do that if you want a budget-friendly option. But even taking cold showers will give you these benefits. So it's winter time and fall time is around the season here. I'm in Arizona, so we don't really get much cold. We get like just nice weather in the winter. But if you do get cold, start turning your shower on cold. It's going to give you a lot of the same benefits. It's just that the bath itself, due to being submerged, gives you more intense benefits. But either way, even a cold shower is tremendously effective. Now, the average amount of time you want a cold plunge, well, every time you get in, you're going to get benefits. I aim for around 3 minutes every single time. And people say that if you get around 10 minutes of cold exposure a week, you're getting maximum benefits. But I think 3 minutes every single day is ideal for me. A huge variable here that in my health routine is now doing cold exposure. So wanted to expose you to this and have a little bit of fun in today's video. So I'm going to guess I'm roughly around 3 minutes. We'll see how good my internal clock is. I just want to encourage you to understand that your body gets stronger when you stress it. And heat and cold are two amazing ways to stress your body in addition to exercise. So get this into your life. You're going to benefit. Now it's time for my dunk, and I'll catch you in the next video.